Hello, I'm Dr. Sam Hancock of the Emerald Planet and Emerald Planet TV. We come to you on a week-to-week basis from Washington, D.C. in the United States as we look around the globe in 144 different nations, looking for those 1,000 best practices, the technology, services, and products that are making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And as we have a planet of 9 billion people by 2038 and possibly 12 to 13 billion by the end of this century, how are we going to be able to take care of all these people on planet Earth? And that's what Emerald Planet's all about. We come to you looking at the solutions, the best practices from around the globe as we create the Emerald Planet. Hello, welcome to the Emerald Planet. We're making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And seeing the long-term impacts of climate change. We're glad to have you. Thank you for being with us.
We're talking about bees and the importance of bees. And of course, to take care of bees, we have to have beekeepers. And they're very important to society as well as to the bees, but also to propagate plants, fruits and vegetables, and to produce food for all living beings on planet Earth. We have a new beekeeper who's going to be talking about why he is taking his time and effort and actually investing in having his own business as a new beekeeper. This is Baldwin G. Williams Sr. He is a new beekeeper, and he's a member of the Maryland State Beekeepers Association. And we're going to be talking about what he's learning and growing and why he wants to be involved. Baldwin, welcome to the Emerald Planet TV.
Thank you, Dr. Sam, for inviting me.
We're very glad to have you here. Anyone that's from Jamaica is going to be a friend of mine because, as you know, I lived in Jamaica, did my doctoral research there. So I just love Jamaica and Jamaicans, and it's great to hear your lovely accent. But tell us why you've become a member of the Maryland State Beekeepers Association.
Yes, thank you for asking, Sam. But I was always interested in beekeeping from a little boy. However, I come to understand that, pollinators are on the decline, and I'm an avid gardener. So I just wanted to use the bees' industriousness to help me with pollinating my plants. And secondly, the premium I get from having the honey they produce. And thirdly, I just want to share with my neighbors and community the benefits of beekeeping.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, looking at the hives that you have here, these are the images that you sent to us. Tell us a little bit about the beehives themselves and why are they shaped this way?
Okay. Yes, thank you for asking, Sam. Yeah, those are standard, what you'd call hive boxes that the bees are housed in. And they are stacked vertical. On the bottom, you always have the brood boxes where, the queen and all the workers, they congregate. And then above, you'll have the boxes for the honey, to store the honeys. So we engage in several protective mechanisms, and those tiles that are hung on top was placed there just to prevent the other strange bees from invading the hive. So we hung those tiles and allow water to drip down to the front of the hives. And that will discourage, raiders from coming in to maul the bees and also to rob the honey.
Right. Now, we're going to be talking about the beekeeping uniform. This is the first time we've ever shown this on Emerald Planet TV. So we're going to take some time and go through this, each piece and the paraphernalia that you use as far as the beekeeping. But tell us a little bit about the suit and the gloves, and of course you have the helmet as well. Why is all this so important in taking good care of bees?
Yes, certainly. The bees are creatures, that are very, very uh, serious about what they do, and in so doing, they protect themselves because they know that they produce, valuable, products, the
Mhm,
honey, and also their young ones.
mhm,
So they become very defensive whenever they sense that someone is disturbing them. So as beekeepers, you protect yourselves with a full suit of clothing, and this bee suit is designed, from a material that bees are not easily able to puncture the material to get onto your skin.
mhm,
So on the starting from the head down, you're sort of given a crown, a netted crown, where you're able to see through the front,
mhm,
which is made of mesh, and normally you wear a cap underneath there, so you are protected and at the same time comfortable.
mhm.
And in so doing, you're protecting yourself, and also for the most part, protecting the bees, because you'll be able to more comfortable to
Mhm.
work in their environment. And in so doing, you are able to do what you're supposed to do in the
Mhm.
time allotted, and without being stung.
Yeah. Now, looking at these gloves, they look quite thick and they look like they're made out of leather, and they're going actually go up your arm over your wrist. So, what is the material? If I'm a little bit off on that, but at the same time, why this design for the glove?
Yes, it is the palms of the glove are made from leather, mainly goat skin leather,
Mhm,
and it stretches from your palm up to about your elbow, and it gives you added protection because it covers the sleeves of the suit,
mhm,
and you're able to flex your arm up and down, and being able to manipulate. The gloves are thin enough so that you can manipulate, your fingers, and also either lift out the frames or lift the box,
mhm.
and being able to securely move them from one location to the other. So it's just a way of had added layer of protection, and also to make you fairly comfortable.
I see. Okay. Now, looking at the hive itself, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here. And again, go back to the design of this and why.
Yes, yes, on the very bottom of the hive, the boxes are sitting on a foundation,
Mhm,
and between the box and the hive is space that the bee get to enter,
mhm,
the boxes.
mhm,
Now inside the boxes are frames, and uh, insofar as the hive is concerned, if you're starting off, you generally start with a nucleus, where you have the queen and their supporters,
right.
right? And then as the queen produce young bees, then you just had additional frames to
Mhm,
house them. Now on top of the boxes, the upper lid or cover, that is designed to, first of all, protect the boxes from inclement weather.
mhm,
And there is underneath, there is just a small space there for ventilation.
mhm,
Now if you look on the front of the hive, sometimes you allow more bees to enter or restrict bees from entering. And in cases where you think your hive is being robbed by marauding bees, you restrict the entrance, so
mhm,
that uh, encroachers, won't overwhelm your hive.
mhm, mhm. Now, looking at this, the frames, you were talking about the frames. What are the frames used for, Baldwin?
Yes, the frames are used to uh, basically allow the bees to attach the honeycomb. You know, the frames are wax foundation, and the bees will those use those foundation to attach the comb, and inside the comb, you know, would be where the hair laid, and and eventually you have new bees being formed, and they'll move on to cones then to lay their wax foundation, and then imbibe, fill those little gaps with honey eventually.
Okay, all right. Now we're looking down into it. You see the slats in between the openings. So why are the openings in between these slats,
Yeah.
and how does this actually allow the bees to attach the honey or to protect themselves?
Yes, thank you for asking that. And in the language of beekeeping, you hear about bee spaces, and so
Mhm.
these frames are aligned, you know, such that, you know, bees can easily move up or down or across the hive box,
Mhm.
and you don't want too much space, because in the time when they're going to be building honey, they will build those honeycomb to fit the spaces available. And if you have too much space, you're going to find the honeycomb being deformed, and it's going to be a nightmare to manage those hives. You know, so the designers, original designers, they have tested, you know, these, you know, size of the frame and the spacing, you know, so that as beekeepers, you know, you can pretty well perform very good management practices,
Mhm.
and having the bees comfortable, and you being able to access them.
Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, what is this all about? Easy check.
Yeah, this is an easy check used for just a receptacle used for monitoring your varroa mite population.
Mhm.
So you would, you know, sample, you know, take a representative sample of you know, your hive population, and
Mhm.
then you encase them in you know, a liquid, and you shake the container, and
Mhm.
whatever mites are attached to the bees will fall off,
Mhm.
right? And then you'll be able to count your level of infestation,
Mhm.
and your level of infestation now will determine whether or not you want to you know, mitigate you know, your mite population.
I
So
see.
it is a standard a method of managing and maintaining and making sure that your beehive isn't overrun by these dangerous varroa mites.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, we're going to go through these very quickly, but I wanted to jump over to this. Why is this so important? And we're running out of time, Baldwin. So be very quick about this.
Yes, this
I
is
have one last question.
a smoker, and it is the logic behind it is that bees, by nature of them evolving over these many years, are sensitive to smoke, and whenever they encounter smoke, it sends off a sort of alarm to them that they engorge honey, and a
Mhm.
sort of protective mechanism. So when you smoke your hive, you're distracting them,
Mhm.
and when they are distracted, you're able to work more comfortable around them.
I see. Last question. Why do you want to be a beekeeper? And we got to be quick. You got about 15 seconds.
Yeah, yes, I care about the environment, just to increase the population load,
Mhm.
and make sure that our food, because a third of our food is from pollinators.
Mhm.
So we get the benefits of pollination, and then get the benefits of the food, the honey they provide.
That's fantastic. This is Baldwin G. Williams Sr. He's a new beekeeper, member of the Maryland State Beekeepers Association. Thank you for being with us as we create the Emerald Planet.